Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Asa's Pixel Studio. So in today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to achieve this in Photoshop. So it applies to any image. Whenever you see an effect on an image, you can actually get the same effect if you study the photo enough. Okay, so in this video I'll be showing you how to get this. It also applies to other image, and you can actually save this as 3D lot and use it on other image. So this effect, I saved some photo and we're going to putting it in this two photo 1 and 2, this other one. Okay, so but I'm going to be showing you how did the person who got this image or who edited this image get this effect. Okay, so you can actually follow a process, your own process, make up your own process. But I tell you, if you use Photoshop tools a lot, you're going to achieve this. You're going to know how the person came about using this. So let's start with this first one. I'm going to turn on this one and we're going to be doing some comparison to make sure the two results are the same thing. So the first thing is to turn the photo black and white. So if you don't want to do the black and white type, you just need to turn it off and then turn this off as well. Then you turn this one on and you create a gradient map. So create a gradient map on that, turn the gradient map off and double click to select the gradient map. Let's make sure we're selecting the gradient map. Select the gradient map, double click, make sure it's on, and then this is the darkest side. I'm going to select the darkest side of the image, which should be our air, and that it's okay. And then this should be the brightest side of which is this color, and then it's okay. Let me select this side, and it's okay, and then it's okay, and turn it back on, and then you have this. Okay, so I'm going to grab it and drag it above inside the group so we can turn it off and on. And now just by turning it on, you're getting the same, almost similar image, you can see, but we still need to work on it because the highlights are more. So you can just double click on the gradient map to open up the blending option and then remove it from the brighter side. So because the brighter side, now once you remove it from the brighter side, you start getting colors. Let's try and see. Okay, which one? Oh, sorry, we're on the wrong one, the gradient map. So double click to open it up, the blending option, and then if you remove it from the brighter side, you see you start getting some colors. And now this is going to be limited to your result. It's not going to make you achieve your result. Why? Because the background image is not black and white, and so that's why we're introducing the black and white. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this gradient too, and then we're going to continue with our process. Now get the black and white adjustment, and once you get the black and white adjustment, go ahead and grab the exposure. Now on the exposure, if you take it up, it's going to be dark, and if you take it back, it's going to be bright. But watch what happens when it's bright. Just take it up so it will be brighter. And why we want it to be bright is because we want some highlight, just the way these are some bright highlights. Okay, so I'm going to go back and take it up a bit, and I'm going to focus it not on the darker side but on the bright side. So double click to open up the blending option and bring it out from the dark side. On the underlaying layer, hold down Alt and share it to split, and you're going to take it forward, and let's take this just somewhere around here, and let's see the preview before and then after. Okay, so it's okay on the keyboard, and now we have this black and white bright image. Okay, so that's not all. What really gives the effect is the solid color that gives that effect. This main see the background, the white kind of feel warm effect. So I'm going to turn it back on, and under the selective color, I'm going to go to the black. So yours by default will be red, so just go ahead and click the black. Now once you take it backwards, it starts getting the similar effect. If you take it forward, it gets darker. So I'm going to take it backwards to somewhere like, let's say like this should be fine, and you can just keep looking and you see similar results. All right, so we're getting there. So I'm just going to open it up again and bring it forward, something like this. Let's leave it something like this. 14 should be fine, and close it. And I'm going to grab some levels just because we have some highlight. You can see the highlight on the skin, so I'm going to turn it back on, and I want the highlight on the skin. So I'm just going to grab the levels and I'm going to bring this black up till we have a bright highlight like this. So we're going to focus that on the brighter side. So now it's time to start adjusting what we don't need. So let me turn this off, turn this off. So we adjusted this one. You can see this box right here. We already adjusted that with the blending option. I'm going to turn on this layer and let's turn it off and on. You're going to see that it's not reflecting on the bright side. So I'm going to turn the selective color on and then go into the selective color by double clicking, and we're going to remove it from the white, the bright side. So from this layer we're going to remove it from the white side. Hope we're on. Yeah, it's working. So it's hardly before you see it. So I'm going to bring it down from the white side, hold down Alt and split it up and bring it down back from the right side. So you can see before and after. Okay, so now the next one, which is the levels, I'm going to remove it from the darker side. So just double click to open up the blending option, and we're going to remove it from the dark side, something like this, and hold down Alt and take it forward, take this forward as well, and it's going to focus it more on the white side, and it's okay. So one other thing, when you check, you see it's actually having a similar result. So you see before and then the after. Okay, so one thing I would like to do is for the selective color. I'm going to go into the selective color and mess around with the blacks. So it's either you leave it like this or you take it forward. You can see before and after. Alright, so now you can now do your gradient map. So let's grab the gradient map. Beside, we need to clip. Let's clip it to the image below. Click on this, clip it, select this, clip it, select this, and clip it, select this, and clip it. Okay, so now let's create the last one, which is the gradient map, which is the color we created before. I'm going to turn it off, turn this one off, and then just click on the gradient map, open it up. Let's select this and select the dark side. Let's use this side as our dark side, or the air, which is still the same. It's okay. Double click on this one, click the brighter side, which is supposed to be around here. I'm going to take it up a little bit, and it's okay. And I'm going to hit okay and turn it on, and we can see what the effect is. So we're going to remove it from the bright side. So double click to open it up, the blending option, and then we're going to bring it from the dark side like this. Let's see what we're doing. So take it and hold down Alt to make the transition smooth like that, and it's okay. So we can see that we need to reduce some of the things we don't need. So turn it on, and then we're going to decrease the opacity a bit. And for the levels, let's see. So we're going to leave the levels. This is our main priority. So let's decrease this opacity a bit, and then we have this. Alright, so let's turn this on and off, okay, which is the exposure. That's fine, and this, we're good. So let's see before and then after. So now we have a similar result. We have before and after. If you feel like the gradient map is too much, you can turn it off, but it's not going to give us the effect. The gradient map itself is what the effect is, and you can also decrease the opacity a bit to align the effect. Now if you feel it's not too bright like the way the highlight is, you can also grab another curve, and then you can take it all the way up and then remove it from the darker side like we used to do. Double click to open up the blending option, and then remove it from the darker side. Okay, let's use the underlaying layer. On the laying layer, which one did we select? Okay, so let's clip it. I'm gonna clip this and also clip this one. So double click to open it up, and then we're going to remove it from the darker side and split it up and take this forward a bit. Okay, so this is what we have, and it's okay. So these are before, and then this is our after. Okay, so one more thing you need to do is to create a stem visible layer of that. Control Shift Alternate E, and just for the final result, I'm going to show you how to get the sharp effect. Okay, you can see it's actually sharp. So I'm going to turn it on, and then I'm going to go to filter, go to sharpen, and go to unmask sharp, and this worked like magic. You can see how it's sharpen it up. I already chose a very nice value, so this is fine. And it, did I just cancel it? Oh, sorry. So filter, sharpen, then sharpen mask, and it's okay. So let's take it backwards, and you can see the effect we have before and now it's after. So that's how to get those effects, and funny enough, it works for any image. All you just need to do is to save this adjustment and turn on this one, and grab it, take it up, and I'm going to leave Alt and release it. So every other one is going to affect it, but you now start messing around with the values. But these are the things you need to do to get the same effect. So like this and like this. But this you need also the right image to use, because this has just one light setup, and here we have a lot of light. Okay, so you won't actually get the effect, except you want to mess around with the exposure and take everything down, and you can see what it's going to cost. So taking everything down, and if I do it like that, I'm just going to go into the exposure, and I'm going to remove it from the brighter side. Okay, so I'm going to remove that effect. I'm going to take this backward, and then I'm going to remove it from the brighter side like this. Hold down Alt and split it, so we have something like this one, and it's okay. And then I go to the selective color, and I'm going to find the right spot for it. So let's just do it like this, and let's go to the black and white. So on the black and white, I'm going to bring, let's see which is good. Okay, let's take this down, and let's see about, I'm going to increase this and take this downward, so something like that. And then yeah, I think we have some colors. We have some colors on the floor, the green. So you can take the green down, take the cyan down, take the blues down, so you can see the background. And just the yellow, let's take the yellow down a bit, and then we can go ahead. I think we've done this. Go ahead with the levels, leave the levels alone. Let's turn it up, let's increase this so as to get, yep. And then the gradient map, I'm going to increase the effect a lot, so take it all the way up like this. And the curve, let's see what the curve doing. Okay, so that's just it. And then we can have before and then after, so it's just better than the other one, so you can get the effect. And let's turn it back on. This will also work on the first image that we have, which is this one. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. So that's how to get the effect lineup, and then you can start using it as, let's say, as an action, and then you start messing around with the value. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.